Hi, my name is Deanna Christine, and this is my YouTube channel about my journey. So right now I am currently on a weight loss journey. I am on a journey that essentially I have started at approximately about 190 to 200 pounds. So I wasn't always 190 to 200 pounds. Growing up, I actually weighed a lot less. I was very skinny growing up, and even in my teen years I was approximately anywhere from about 90 to 110 pounds max. So that was what life was like growing up. Essentially, I didn't worry about what I was eating at all, didn't worry about working out. I mean, I was a kid. I was carefree and didn't mind what I ate, or I really ended up just appreciating my body because it was young and it was thin and I didn't have any issues with it. But then came the older years. I work in a job where I sit essentially most of the day. I am at a computer a lot of the time sitting, so I'm not very active, and I began to see that slowly change my body over time, bit by bit, but it just didn't really register too much. It was kind of just something in the back of the mind of, oh, I'm not quite fitting into those same size pants anymore. I'm gaining that weight and I'm getting bigger, and there's nothing I'm really doing about it right now, because it really, to me, was just like, oh wow. And then I had a child and hit my 30s a few years later, and suddenly there was actual real weight gain, to the point now, recently, I have just opened my eyes to the fact of, wow, I'm 190 to about 200 pounds. I'm not going to focus too much on the actual number because it fluctuates so much with, weighing yourself can be different from time of day to just what you've eaten, whether you're on your monthly cycle, how much water you're maintaining and holding on to. So there's so many factors that can go into your essentially numbers on the pound or on the scale, the pounds on the scale, but that's not really what my focus is. My focus is more how I'm feeling, how things are fitting, and really my overall health, and that has just not been anywhere near what it used to be. And as I get older and older, it's just going to get harder and harder to maintain a healthy lifestyle if I don't do something about it. So in the past week, I started about a week ago, I started going to the gym daily, essentially, almost, especially during work. I thankfully work right across the street from a gym, so there's really no excuse of it, but I mean, we all tend to make excuses to justify why we don't do something, and really it wasn't until about a week ago that it really hit me of, oh wow, like I need to make a change. I can barely breathe sometimes when I'm going up and down stairs. I don't have any energy. I'm just feeling awful. And I thought, you know what? I need to make a change. So I sat down and I made a plan for myself. I put what my current goal is, what my planned goal is, what weight gain I'm looking to lose, which my end goal is about approximately 130 to 140 pounds, and that should be the healthy BMI weight for my height, because I'm about 5'4", 5'5", and I should be possibly about 140 pounds would be more of a healthy weight size. But however, again, it's not 100% about just the numbers on the scale. It's also how many inches, and that's something I'm going to be exploring as well, just to see how many inches I am now and the inches that I go as I go through this journey. And I just really want to chronicle where I am right now, because I'm only really about a week into this. And I mean, as I said, I've been going for about 15-20 minutes every day on my lunch break. I try to hit about 30 minutes, but really it kind of depends on, you know, different factors, what I'm focusing on. I always mix it up. I'm doing cardio, I'm doing I'm doing weights, I'm doing different things like the treadmill, things like that. So those are different things I take into consideration. I try to mix it up, and I'll go through that as I go through this journey. I hope to chronicle some of it, just to even look back and see the progress that I've made, and hopefully maybe even inspire others to take a look at their lifestyle, whether they're feeling healthy, and what they can do to maybe adjust that to feel healthier. Because it's not just about how I look and whether I'm fat or not. It's really about, am I healthy? Is my blood pressure good, which it hasn't been lately? Am I breathing well, which I haven't been lately? Am I able to do things that I used to do? Do I have energy? Can I, maintain some stamina? And really, a lot of those right now, about a week ago, was no. Like, I couldn't. I'm tired. I'm worn out, dragged out, feeling like crud. And I didn't like it anymore. I didn't want that anymore for myself or my family. So now I've been doing this about a week, and I wish I had done this about a week ago just to really chronicle it, but I figure, at least I'm a week into it, start it now. But I feel better. I have been doing those workouts, going to the gym, doing at home every single day. I've been working out, but that's not all I've been doing, because working out isn't enough. Working out's a big part of it, on getting your strength up and your core stamina up, and really just feeling fit. But the main thing when it comes to actual healthy lifestyle is eating. And it's mindful eating, it's paying attention to what you're putting into your body, and making sure it's the right types of foods, and really staying away from high carb, high sugar type of meals. And maybe others won't have that opinion, but that's what I am exploring right now. I am exploring cutting out some of the carbs, cutting out the sugar, cutting out a lot of those desserts and breads and things that really aren't necessary and I don't need to be shoving down my throat. I don't need to be sitting there and eating 20 Oreos in a row, not even realizing that I just ate a whole bunch of Oreos, because it's just mindless munching in front of the TV or while doing something else, and your body just not really recognizing that it's even ate anything, because that's not what it wants to eat. Yes, your body will think sometimes it craves the sugar and will make you want to reach sometimes for it, but that's because that's just what you have been used to doing. That's what you have been shoving in your face when you eat such high sugar, and your body's just looking to feel satisfied, and it really can never feel satisfied when it's just munching all the time on processed foods, sugars that just aren't good for you. So I have been looking at more of low carb, get rid of those processed sugars, and focus more on my healthy whole foods, my proteins, my fruits and vegetables, and really making that my new eating plan. I don't want to say my diet, because sometimes the word diet, you think, oh God, it has such a negative connotation to it when you hear the word diet. It's, oh my God, you're on a diet, you're depriving yourself, you're not going to be able to stick to it because you're not going to maintain this kind of life. And that's why it's not a diet to me. It is a meal planning type of situation instead. It is an eating lifestyle. It is just the foods I will be eating. It is a lifestyle change. And that is what I'm looking to maintain, see how sustainable this is and whether I can continue to make this a ongoing daily routine so that I can maintain it for the rest of my life. So that is the journey that I'm on. So I will show you. I'm going to stick some before photos into. I mean, here I am right now. This is the weight that I am. I mean, I've got some rolls, things like that going on. I apologize if the camera's a little shaky, but here I got some rolls, I got some flub going on. It jiggles when I move it. There is my belly. And then of course I've got my lovely chin that, I mean, so many of us have when we go like this, but I mean, sometimes mine is just even more pronounced than it ever has been, to the point I stand to the profile and it is there whether I'm doing this or not. I have the flab that I'm looking to improve upon, get rid of, you know, get these cheeks maybe a little more down. And then of course one of my biggest issues would be my buffalo wings here. And that is something that it's very hard, especially in women, because we have so much of a lot of our fat and everything is really around here, because that's a lot of the ways how women are designed to be. Is we're designed to be more plentiful in that area because we are typically biologically made to have children. Might not mean that that's your lifestyle, what you actually want, but that's biologically, evolutionarily how we have been built to be, is that we are, you know, heavier in those areas because we need to supply that food for our young, and we need to also grow those young. So we need to make sure we have that there to sustain that. And that's why a lot of times it's harder for women to lose weight, because our body wants to hang on to it because we're young and we want it for those childbearing years. Well, I for one, I don't need it. Thanks body, but I don't need to hang on to that much of it, thanks. And also, I mean, it's something I just want to see improved. I want to see better. So as I was saying, it's really easy for the legs, because I mean, I do a leg day, I can feel it. I really feel it in my legs. And I feel like my legs, I mean, lately, even just in a week, they're feeling more firm. They're feeling like there's a difference. But when it comes to my belly, my arms, my chin, even my chest, no, those things have not. I haven't noticed anything there. So that's something I really need to find workouts to really make sure that they are really hitting those arms and doing that upper body workout, which is where I come into doing the weights and things like that, to really try to, you know, get that arm moving to lose some of that fat in the arm. And I'm hoping that in this journey I'll find the ways how to make that happen. So the other thing I wanted to just say too is, not only am I going through a weight loss journey, a healthier eating journey, I'm also going through something here. As you may be able to see, I have very crooked teeth. I do not have straight teeth. I haven't had those, you know, nice teeth since I was about 11 years old. Starting about 12 years old, maybe even a little younger, I started getting some very serious crowding in my teeth. I started having these teeth here. I had teeth when I was younger, I remember having my little baby teeth still here, and these teeth started growing in over top of my teeth to the point I had teeth here and teeth up here, so it was like I had an extra long tooth, and I would be teased and be called vampire for it. So that was not fun. My teeth have definitely been something that has been a struggle in my life, because I grew up as one of 11 children. So in that type of household, when there's not a real good source of income, you're not going to have some of the things that others have. And there was a lot of things that me and my family were lacking. I mean, there were times we were lacking food. That's probably another reason I was so skinny, was I was partially anorexic. But we also we didn't have money for things like dental care, because that's not something that is covered, especially when you're growing up on social assistance. So it is not something that was available to me. And I mean, it's been a struggle for years, because as much as I wish I had turned, 20 and boom, gotten braces, it's just not where my life went. It wasn't something that I could afford. I mean, braces can be about $7,000 a lot of times. It's usually $5,000 to $7,000 are usually the average of braces. So, I mean, I didn't have that kind of money to just throw on something like my teeth, even though looking back, I wish I had, but it wasn't. It was, this is it. And it's like I almost surrendered to, well, this is what my life is going to be. I'm just going to have crooked teeth. At least, I have a loving family. I have this and that. I'm just always going to have crooked teeth. And I mean, it's not just aesthetically that they're not nice. It's that they're hard to clean. I mean, as you can see back here, I have some of the old school lovely silver fillings that are just awesome, because it's hard to get in there and floss, especially when you don't have that habit growing up. There's so many kids that life was chaotic, and we didn't grow up making sure we were brushing our teeth every night. And it's something that I struggled with for a long time, to finally come and be like, you know what, I'm an adult now. It is time to make sure I'm taking care of me. I have to make these habits. I can't make excuses anymore. I need to be the change that I want to see. And that includes taking better care of myself. And the really awesome thing is I'm in a much better position than I ever was growing up. I mean, that is a whole nother story, but I am amazed at how much life has changed for me for the positive. And I'm actually at a financial place in my life where I have started the process. So I've already been to the orthodontist. I've already had my consultation. We've already done the first initial appointment, which was to get everything all figured out, find out what we're doing. And I mean, for me, it's going to be some teeth pulling. It's going to be some discomfort for a while. And it's going to be 2 years of wearing braces. But to me, that's actually incredible, because I don't need my jaw broken, which I thought was one of the things that might have to happen. And I actually get to only have to do it for 2 years. I was thinking about 3 years was what I was going to have to go through. So I have to have one tooth here, one tooth here, one tooth here, one tooth here taken out. And that's going to be fun in itself. But I mean, it's something I'm going to do. I was sitting in the dentist chair. That orthodontist was looking in my teeth, in my mouth at my teeth, and tears were just streaming down my face without even really any control from me, because I was just so happy and grateful and just so many overwhelming emotions that, wow, this is actually happening. I'm actually gonna do this. So I'm very, very excited. I know it's gonna be painful. I've heard from so many people. I mean, my own stepdaughter has braces right now, so I know it is going to be a painful process. I am 100% aware of that. I'm trying to mentally psych myself up for that. Don't really think you ever really can until you just do it. But I am just, I have that awareness that it's going to be painful, it's going to be sore, but to me it's a beautiful soreness, because I already have soreness a lot of times anyways, especially since like my front teeth here, I don't know if you can see, but they have pushed to the point that this one is pushed in front of this one, and it cuts my gum sometimes to the point it literally feels like someone's just taking a knife and slicing my gum. So my thought is, you know what? It's gonna be painful. I might be a little bit of a baby about it, need my Tylenol and just Advil and or Motrin and just need time to just chill. But my thought is, with all that pain, it's kind of like childbirth. It's excruciating and it's painful, but it's worth it, because at the end you get something that you couldn't even imagine really what it would feel like until it was in your arms, and that's beautiful baby. But also, just in my case, it'll be finally that ability to smile and not feel self-conscious. It'll be that ability to have clean teeth without the struggles that I go through. I mean, even just here is one of my horrible spots, where food just constantly gets trapped in there, and it's very hard to get it out, because it's not just a straight boom, get it out with like a some dental floss. No, it's not that easy. It's going around, and like, I mean, it's 3 teeth right here that have all created like a little triangle almost of sitting around each other, and it's painful, it's embarrassing, it's frustrating, and it's just something like, this is exciting me even more than my weight loss, because it's something that, like, it's been since I was a child. So for about 20 years I have struggled with this, and to finally have in 20 years to finally have something that you've wanted come into reality, it's overwhelming. So it's a beautiful thing, and I'm very, very excited. So that is the start of my process right now, is I will be not only starting this hard, you know, I don't want to say hard, but I am pushing myself. I'm pushing myself and making myself see results by just putting myself there, holding myself accountable, making this a forever lifestyle change, so that there's no backing down. I'm doing this, I'm 100% in, and I am making this something that becomes my everyday. So not only am I doing that, but then I'm also going to be taking on this new challenge of living with braces and seeing what that's going to be. So I'm going to be chronicling that all over the next couple of years, and we will see. We will see how my journey goes. I'm excited. I'm grateful to be in this opportunity, to have the time, money, and energy to do it. So I'm taking full advantage of it and making the best of it. And I hope that this journey can maybe even just encourage others, take care of themselves, give others hope that even if you struggle with weight issues, or even if you struggle with, you know, dental issues, or some type of issue where you just don't feel like you are your best and you feel like you are either lacking in some way, or you just feel what the struggles can be sometimes of life. I'm hoping that this maybe inspires you to make those changes that you want to see. Be the change you want to be in the world. Be the change you want to see in the world, and just really love yourself and know that you're worth it. So that's going to be it for me today. That was a whole lot of rambling, but it's really just an introduction to what I'm doing, where I am, and where I plan to go. So thanks so much for watching. Bye.